Title: The Kind-Hearted Boy and the Forest Friends. Once upon a time, in a lush and enchanting forest, there lived a little boy named Ethan. He had a heart as pure as crystal, and his eyes sparkled with curiosity and kindness. Ethan's family had a small cottage on the edge of the forest, where they lived in harmony with nature. One sunny morning, Ethan decided to venture deep into the heart of the forest. He wanted to explore its hidden secrets and meet the animals who called it home. With a woven basket and a smile on his face, he set out on his adventure. Little did he know that his life was about to change forever. As Ethan walked deeper into the forest, he heard a soft, melodious chirping. Following the sound, he came across a group of colorful birds perched on a tree branch. They were singing a sweet, harmonious tune. Ethan listened in awe, and when they finished, he clapped with joy. "That was beautiful, my feathered friends!" Ethan exclaimed. The birds were delighted by his appreciation. They introduced themselves as Robin, Bluebird, and Sparrow. Ethan, eager to share the joy, asked them to join him on his adventure. With a flutter of wings and happy chirps, the birds agreed. As they ventured deeper into the forest, Ethan and his newfound friends encountered a playful squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was balancing on a branch, trying to reach the juiciest acorn. Ethan watched as Sammy teetered dangerously close to falling. "Careful, Sammy!" Ethan called out. Startled, Sammy lost his balance and fell from the tree. But before he could hit the ground, Ethan caught him in his outstretched hands. Sammy was shaken but unharmed. He looked up at Ethan with grateful eyes. "You saved me," Sammy said, touched by Ethan's kindness. Ethan smiled warmly. "It's my pleasure. Would you like to join us on our adventure?" Sammy happily agreed, and now they were a merry group of a little boy, birds, and a squirrel, all exploring the forest together. They encountered a wise old owl named Olivia, who shared stories of the forest's history and secrets. They met a family of deer, who taught them to tread softly and respect the forest's inhabitants. As the sun began to set, they arrived at a clearing where a brook glistened like a ribbon of silver. It was here that they met a cautious rabbit named Ruby. Ruby had been having a hard time finding food, and her family was hungry. Ethan's heart went out to Ruby and her family. He reached into his basket and shared his provisions with them. The birds and Sammy joined in, offering nuts and berries. Ruby's family was overwhelmed with gratitude, and tears filled Ruby's eyes. "Thank you so much for your kindness," Ruby said. "We were beginning to lose hope." Ethan looked at Ruby and her family with a warm smile. "Never lose hope, Ruby. There is always kindness to be found, even in the darkest of times." As the night approached, the forest was alive with the sounds of crickets and fireflies. The group decided to set up camp for the night. They gathered twigs and leaves and built a cozy fire. Ethan told stories, and the birds sang lullabies. Sammy and Ruby's family felt safe and cared for, and for the first time in a long while, they had a peaceful night's sleep. The next morning, the forest was bathed in golden sunlight. As Ethan and his friends prepared to continue their adventure, a magnificent creature appeared before them. It was a majestic stag with antlers that reached high into the sky. The stag introduced himself as Orion, the guardian of the forest. "Thank you for your kindness and compassion," Orion said to Ethan. "You have shown love and respect to all my children, and for that, I am deeply grateful." Ethan bowed to Orion. "It has been an honor to meet you and your wonderful forest friends." Orion then bestowed upon Ethan a special gift, a small acorn. He told Ethan that it held the power to bring kindness and harmony wherever it was planted. Ethan accepted the acorn with gratitude, knowing that it was a precious gift indeed. As the time came to leave the forest, Ethan hugged his friends, promising to return one day. With a heart full of love and a pocket holding the magical acorn, he made his way back to his cottage. Over the years, Ethan planted the acorn in various places, and wherever it grew, kindness and harmony flourished. His village became a place of compassion and unity, and people from all around came to visit the enchanting forest. And so, the story of the kind-hearted boy and his forest friends spread far and wide, reminding everyone that kindness, compassion, and friendship were the greatest treasures one could ever find. The forest thrived, and the world became a better place, all because of the pure heart of a little boy named Ethan and the magic of a single acorn from the guardian of the forest.